We're also tracking another brewing diplomatic dispute. Russia is threatening to retaliate against new sanctions imposed by the U.S. for that now infamous nerve agent attack in the U.K. The measures come just 4 weeks after Donald Trump's summit with Vladimir Putin. Matt Kwong is monitoring these developments. He joins us from the U.S. Capitol. What more can you tell us about Moscow's reaction to these sanctions, Matt?
Well, we're hearing a lot of outrage, and that's really quite predictable. In Russia, the ruble did take a hit. It fell to a nearly 2-year low after the sanctions news. And Russia's foreign ministry is saying today that Moscow is preparing retaliatory measures. A spokesperson for Russian leader Vladimir Putin called the U.S. sanctions another example of the theater of the absurd. He's warned the U.S. to brace for the united sanctions of America. As for what the Kremlin's counter-sanctions might hit, one thought is it may target something that's crucial for U.S. space launches, which is Russian-designed RD-180 rocket engines. The U.S. space industry really depends on that technology. And meanwhile, Russia continues to deny having anything to do with these poisonings in the UK. And it says these American sanctions are illegitimate and without logic. But certainly, this is complicated by what was seen as an overly friendly summit last month between Donald Trump and Putin in Helsinki, and amid calls for the U.S. president to flex some more muscle in dealing with Russia.
And so what more can you tell us about the sanctions against Russia and why Washington's implementing them?
Well, this is meant to punish Russia for the poisonings of an ex-Russian double agent, Sergei Skripal, and his daughter Yulia, both of whom were attacked on British soil back in March. The Skripals did survive the attack, but one British woman exposed to that chemical agent, Novichok, she was fatally poisoned. The U.S. State Department says these sanctions will go into effect on August 22nd, and they're coming under an international ban on chemical and biological weapons. There will be 2 rounds of sanctions. The first is pretty narrow. It's going to deny certain exports to Russia that might have a sensitive national security purpose, things like electronics, computer equipment, or gas turbine engines. Russia will also be required to comply with on-site inspections to ensure it's no longer using chemical or biological weapons. And if these demands aren't met, Reshmi, the U.S. will consider a second round of measures.